Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, I want to start this analysis by requesting you kindly to take 1 second of your time and like this video. It is so important. If you like this video, that is the only support I request from you, ladies and gentlemen. And perhaps if you're a new viewer, please don't forget to subscribe. It's so important because it makes this channel grow and our videos trend. So I want us to head over to Nyeri, and by going to Nyeri, there is one Archbishop by the name Anthony MUHEIRIA.
Jiandaa kwa msimu wa Pasaka kuanzia hapo kesho, Askofu Mkuu wa Kanisa Katoliki Dayosisi ya Nyeri Anthony MUHEIRIA, kwenye ujumbe wake wa Pasaka, MUHEIRIA amesema kuwa viwango vya ufisadi kwenye idara za serikali ni wa kutisha.
Anthony MUHEIRIA is the Nyeri Archbishop who has been criticizing William Ruto's regime over so many things that the regime has been doing which don't conform with the promises they made. Last month, Anthony MUHEIRIA, the Archbishop, told the government that we know we have been asking you to do things, but you ignore us, but at least give us a chance. So this is a statement which he politely and humbly made, seeking the attention of William Ruto's government. But we know very well that William Ruto's government has been ignoring Anthony MUHEIRIA. So in this Easter festive season, Anthony MUHEIRIA, the Archbishop, surfaced again with a message. So he was conveying a message to Catholic faithfuls, to Christians, a message of Easter. And then in the midst of that statement, he decided to again advise the government on something. So I'd like to go to that statement which the Archbishop Anthony MUHEIRIA made, and this is what the Archbishop said.
Amewataka wanasiasa kuheshimu makanisa wanapohudhuria ibada.
I pray this Holy Week and this Easter we may recover the sense of goodness, doing good, and realize that sin must be avoided and uprooted. That's how Christ succeeds to conquer sin and death. Kenyans, we can live without corruption, but we can't call corruption goodness. Kenyans, we can live without lies. We can live without false praises. We can live without bringing our secular interests into our church and religion. Respect God and respect his places.
Now, if you are very keen on that video, you find that there are almost 5 points which Archbishop Anthony MUHEIRIA has unleashed. The Archbishop talks about the respect to churches, that there should be a separation between the church and the state. In other words, what he's trying to say is that politicians, especially the government people, should refrain from using the church or misusing the church to escalate their agendas. This is not something that I need to tell you about, because I believe that 99% of Kenyans know that the Kenya Kwanza regime has been hiding behind the church. I don't want to convince you about that aspect or about that point, because that is what we are seeing. Like recently, I think it was yesterday, if not yesterday or yesterday but one, when I was going through a video about Gachagua, when Gachagua was literally apologizing to William Ruto for coming late, and even going to an extent of saying that he had checked the diary of William Ruto and he could not see the, African Pentecostal Church meeting, or he didn't see anything of that sort from the diary. So that already explains that the Kenya Kwanza are still hiding behind the church. So the Archbishop is telling some church leaders to refrain from giving these state officials that platform they use to misuse the people of the Republic of Kenya. The Archbishop has also advised people who blindedly fall to political lies. He means that people should stop blind political loyalty. I think this is, if I can interpret it in my own words, I think what the Archbishop was trying to say, is like what we witnessed in 2022, during the campaigns, where there were people who are following politicians blindedly. There are people who followed Kenya Kwanza without taking into consideration that the lies or those political promises were pure lies, But there are people who also followed Azimio, probably because they believe in the promises. But for this case, we need to follow, or we need to talk about the Kenya Kwanza, because the Kenya Kwanza are the ones in government. So the promises which they made, so many promises, dozens of them, very little. In fact, according to statistics, not even 5% has been achieved. So that's why the Archbishop is telling people to stop blind political loyalty. Yani wewe umekwama tu kwa UDA, whether UDA is serving you or not serving you, wewe uko hapo. If we go to the story of Senegal, for example, Senegal, look at what happened in Senegal, whereby there is Osman Sonko, who was supposed to be the one vying for the presidency, but because he realized that he was barred from vying for presidency, he endorsed Diomaye Faye, who is now the president-elect of Senegal. So this tells you that the people of Senegal did not just follow the government blindly. They knew that the government was not performing, and the things which the government were talking about did not make sense. That explains why we believe that the statement by the Archbishop Anthony MUHEIRIA makes a lot of sense. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of this statement from the Archbishop? The Archbishop has been castigating William RUTO, and he is the only Archbishop, who has been standing for the rights of citizens. Forget the other Archbishop in Rift Valley, who at one particular time was dining with the Kenya Kwanza people, and word has it that he has benefited in this Kenya Kwanza regime. Forget those kind of Archbishop, but this Archbishop Anthony MUHEIRIA has been spot on in the attacks on the government, and I think that's why you find that William RUTO hardly goes to the church where he preaches. William RUTO hardly responds to the Archbishop. That's why the Archbishop, you don't find him in those State House meetings. In fact, I have never seen him, going to State House soon as after William RUTO took over. I have never seen him. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of this spot-on attack on the government by the Archbishop Anthony MUHEIRIA? Just call below the comment section and tell us what you think about this, because he has talked about corruption as being one of those things which he sees in the Kenya Kwanza regime, corruption. And he talked about he told the people of the Republic of Kenya not to motivate these people by making them ask for more and more from the citizens, not to corrupt, not to be involved in a lot of corruption. So I think this is a very good advice, but we know that the advice is channeled on William RUTO's government, that they are overly corrupt. So, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe. Like this video. Till you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.